Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. First question. Do you have to take the courses in order? Can you take like 15 courses if you already know some of them to finish more quickly? 15 courses, didn't quite understand that. The order, of course, you don't have to. You can take any order you want, unless the course has information which has been given gradually, like say the Arabic. Information is being added gradually and being built upon. So if you didn't do Arabic 101 and you want to jump to Arabic 102, you're going to run yourself into problems. You're going to be in problems because information from 101 you need in 102. So other than that, the other courses, if you did fiqh al-ibadat and you had fiqh al-mu'amalat, you did fiqh al-mu'amalat before ibadat, no problem. Because fiqh al-mu'amalat doesn't depend on knowledge from fiqh al-ibadat. Though one may be fiqh 101 and 102, in this case the order is not critical. If you have also taken courses from other institutions and universities, you can seek recognition for those courses. If you've taken a course already, for example, in computers. So we have a course, Computers 101. You can be exempt from that, So you can apply, send your transcripts in, and have these courses replaced. I should mention also, we launched from this last fall, we launched the master's program in Sharia or Islamic Studies. We will be doing the same next year, hopefully, for education. So we should offer a master's in education, a master's in psychology, and also a master's in Islamic banking and finance. And in the following year, we should offer masters in the remaining courses, information technology and business administration, by then. So we are progressively, once we've run the program, and the students are about to graduate, they are a year away, we want to have the next level available. Eventually, we do hope to offer within the next, say, 2 years, we should be offering also PhD in Sharia. Right? And I should mention that we have not compromised and will not compromise, on what are considered to be universal academic standards for university instruction. I've seen some universities come up recently. One university contacted us, very nice sounding, nice courses look nice, etc. But, all of the teachers were just fresh graduates from Medina University. And they want to offer a bachelor's. This is not acceptable on a global scale. For universities, you're going to teach a bachelor's, you should have at least a master's. So we don't compromise, and we won't compromise on that. We maintain the standard that those who are teaching in the bachelor's level, all of our teachers are either masters or PhDs. People from which madhab can study in IOU? Can you explain it for those who follow a madhab? Anybody from any madhab can study there. IOU, we don't have any restriction in terms of madhab. We don't force the students who study to follow any particular madhab. If they are convinced with the madhab that they follow, they do the fiqh, they see the evidences, and they make their own decisions themselves. These are what? All? Okay. Our courses at IOU accredited by any academic institutions in the world, in case someone would like to continue their studies at other universities. We are in the process of trying to establish that. I mean, they're supposed to be accredited, supposed to be acceptable. We have run into initial questions raised because the university is not in the list of accredited universities for Somalia, because they update the list like every 3 years. So the only way they can confirm is they need to contact the ministry and ask, is this accredited or not? In some cases, what we have done is the student themselves have sought a letter from the ministry and we've had it sent. Right? So that is a problem we hope to fix this year, because the UNESCO updating of their list for Africa, because they move from Africa to Asia, to America, updating the lists every year. And they've arrived now at Africa. In May this month, they started the updating of the list for countries in Africa. They won't do it again for another 2 to 3 years. And we're trying our best to make sure that the Islamic Online University, at least from Somalia, is added to the list. It's there. Because once it's there, then it's much easier for that recognition process to take place. What is your feedback about your students in France? Inshallah, none of them are a part of ISIS. If you want to know how many students there are, you can contact our local rep. They can find out. If you're going to France, you're planning to go to France, whatever, we can find out who's the head of the student committee there, whatever, and so they can help you out when you go there. And alhamdulillah, actually, this network of students, student committees, has been helpful for people who have been going on vacations, where they can contact other IOU students in other countries and help them if they're going to visit a country they've never been to before. So that facility is available, that the information can be passed on to you, inshallah. Where do you see this university going in the future? I think I've mentioned that already. Does Western universities employers recognize IOU? As I said, this is the first steps that we're going. We're asking our alumni who have graduated to let us know what they're going through, if they've gotten recognition, gotten positions, so we start to gather that kind of information to be able to benefit those of you who are coming afterwards. I think that when our students come out, because usually if they're coming from IOU and they have degrees in Islamic Studies in Sharia, Western institutions are not going to hire them. This is, so we're not going to get that much feedback from them. What we're going to get it from is the existing institutions, Islamic schools, or the other fields in which they would work, maybe as translators or whatever. We hope to gather by following up with the alumni, to gather their success in obtaining positions in various fields. The following are major problems every community and the Ummah has. The following the problems: lack of communication, skills, manners, etiquettes of seeking knowledge, refuting ideologies such as liberalism, feminism. I should mention, among the courses that we're working on is a course on what is called gender studies. Basically, it means feminism. They call it gender studies, but it's about feminism, because they're not studying about men, they're studying about women, right? They're just given this generic name now, gender studies. So alhamdulillah, we found one professor from Malaysia, in University of Malaysia, and we have actually asked her to prepare a bachelor's in gender studies. She is originally from Pakistan. She has a great wealth of information and background studies in the history of feminism and all these kinds of things. And alhamdulillah, she is working on it now, so we hope that's one of the courses that should come out too. Being effective Islamic workers, activists, etc., are able to revive the youth in the community. What is IOU doing for these problems? Well, we feel, as I said, these skills that we're giving to our graduates will aid them in fulfilling these various areas and problems that you speak of. Some of them, which are etiquettes of seeking knowledge, of course, we've included this course. A few years back, we included the course in seeking the etiquettes of seeking knowledge. And alhamdulillah, students' responses to that course have been very good, very high. Towards being effective Islamic workers, activists, reviving the youth, we've added, one of the things that we added, that's something I learned from being here in Canada, when students were coming to me and asking me to fill out reports, for their community service. When I saw that for a person to graduate from high school here, they have to do so much community service time, I said, that's a wonderful idea. I mean, I had always been stressing the importance of applying what we were learning, not just studying and, staying on the books and not having that contact with the community. So I decided at that point to include it in Islamic Online University. Make every student, obliged to do community service. Of course, there was a big resistance in the beginning. People were, now how can we? We are, housewives, we're this, we're that, we can't. And mostly the complaints were from the women. But alhamdulillah, I stood my ground. I didn't back down. I insisted, and we tried to give suggestions to people how else you can do it, whilst being at home or whatever. And alhamdulillah, we know now it's a running and functioning part of our program. So I think that helps to give people that contact, to keep them in contact with the community and be engaged in improving. Would a master's degree from IOU be recognized by local universities, UFT? It depends. We can't say. Our masters, inshallah, it will be accredited from Somalia. And as I said, we have students who have graduated with degrees from Somalia who have gone to Oxford and have gone to Harvard. So it is the potential, the possibility is there. But universities still have the right, even though you may be accredited in UNESCO's list, to say no. So it's not a guarantee, but the possibility exists. The courses in psychology, education, business, how different are they from the same that's taught in any other college or university? As I mentioned, it is taught from an Islamic perspective. That's what's unique about it. Our teachers are handpicked. For the most part, they're handpicked, not working with us simply for the money, but people who feel they want to give an Islamic contribution to education in their various fields. So they're expected, they're required to introduce Islamic material into their curriculums. Is an online BA degree recognized by Canadian University? Same question. Question, how does IOU manage the practicum for professional teachers and in psychology? We need more Muslim social workers. That one, we are trying to also offer a course in Islamic course in social work. This is an important area. But finding professors, if you do know of any professors in that field, Islamically inclined, etc., that we can set up a course and offer it, then please let us know. We will try to launch that as soon as possible. I've been working with one lecturer for the last year, trying to get her to record up some courses. She prepared a curriculum for us, but she just has been too busy. She's doing her PhD, etc. And so we have not succeeded in even recording one course. In terms of practicum, etc., this can be done just the same way that we do our exams. We have in the program one set of exams each semester, which must be done from an examination center. Examination centers, we have over 1,000 of them across the world. The final exam for every semester must be done from the examination center. This is not to prevent cheating. For those of you that are not aware, you might think that's what it's for. It's not to prevent cheating, meaning like you can see what the other student is doing and get the answers. Because one unique feature of our examinations is that every student gets a different exam in every subject. Something which is impossible in conventional universities. So students can sit like you're sitting. We don't have to put big gaps between them, because looking at anybody else's paper is not going to help you, because your exam is different from his or her. The only point now is the point of identifying the student who's taking the exam, to prevent what happened in Nigeria, right? You have to show your ID before you get access to the exam, to ensure that the one taking the exam is the one who was registered. That much we have. Actually, some universities like University of Phoenix, they don't have it. But they're so big, nobody's going to question it. If you get a degree from University of Phoenix and you don't know your stuff, it's going to come out anyway. It's going to become evident, right? You might get away for some time, but if you have to try to apply it and use it, you don't have it, it'll become known. And it doesn't hurt Phoenix's recognition or its reputation, because University of Phoenix is one of the biggest universities in the world. So they can afford. We can't. So we try to maintain the highest levels of credibility, so that we don't become accused of being a paper mill or a degree mill. Is it possible to increase the midterm exam and final exam to include 2 weekends? Actually, this was requested before, and I don't know, was this ever sent in? Can you send it in, please? Send it in, This was mentioned before, and I agree that, people have requested this all over the world, I found, that I've been to. They've asked for an increase in the examination period to include 2 weekends. So, please, okay? As a result or consequence of the meeting, right, please follow it up. Arabic BAS program is a struggle for many students. Is there a program for making it easier to handle? I guess this is Arabic in the BIS program. That's what I think they mean, right? Not the Arabic BAS program, because we don't offer an Arabic BAS program. BAS being Bachelor's of Arts in Islamic Studies. So it's the Arabic in the bachelor's program. Is there a way to make it easier? No. It is what it is. The only thing we can say is, when you're dealing with languages, you can't depend on what happens in the classroom. Because if you are treating the Arabic the same way that you treat your other subjects, then you're going to have a problem, of course. Arabic requires more time. Languages, in general, require more time. It's not just enough to do the assignment and that's it. You have to be trying to use it. You have to be listening to build your skills, right? So there's no way around it. I think because we try to treat it the same way we treat our other subjects, that's why we have this problem. That's why people have difficulty with it. Because they think the other subjects are going so well. Why am I having so much trouble with Arabic? Why? Because you can't treat it the same. You have to give it its due as a language. And studying any language, not just for Arabic, any language, if you treat it the same as your other subjects, you will be weak. You will have difficulty. Because language acquisition requires, so many different skills. I have a suggestion rather than a question. Is it possible to start a BA program in the field of translation to help people share the knowledge beyond English? Part of our future developments, I guess it's been a year now, or maybe it's 2 years now, that we launched the Bachelor's of Arts in Islamic Studies in Russian. If you didn't know now, because Russian Islamic Studies is like virtually non-existent in the country. So this is like a huge, pioneering effort, mashallah. And currently, the other big area that we're working on is the translation in Indonesian. We expect, inshallah, by September to launch the BAIS in Indonesian. We have tried from my visits last year to Pakistan, twice last year. We wanted to launch also the BAIS in Urdu. And we just had more difficulty in getting it properly organized, but the translators, I think this month, by the beginning of next month, the translation project should get underway. Well, that's the plan. And there are other large language groups who would like to also offer it in. Chinese is probably one of the big ones that we need to do, but we haven't found the people to do it as yet. So a course in translation, that's something we would try to offer, It's not a priority, but it's something that we would try to offer. What we're doing right now is trying to develop a translation department, a department of translation, where works classical Arabic works are translated into English to make that knowledge more available in English language. In fact, I just had some, extensive discussions with one computer expert who was proposing, developing a group translation approach where he was explaining to me, how I don't remember the names of the people and so on who were involved in it, but you have this character recognition of letters. When you're trying to sign into things, they have stuff which is written in a funny way. You have to identify it. He was explaining that this system was used to how do they put it now, to transcribe is it New York Times, how many years of it was it, like something about 120 something years of New York Times editions, ancient editions and that, into modern recognizable text. So the whole world participated in this